L.A.
You haven't been watching this, have you?
Mr. Dukey Flyswatter and the
Haunted Garage!
Haunted Garage is a full-on assault.
If you took 80s slasher movies and put it in a blender with metal and punk rock, you're gonna get Haunted Garage.
There's this real fervor at the time about shock rock, how bad it was for the kids.
Oh, there you are.
Setting my ass on fire.
Yes.
It was just a total crazy shit show with like the props and the nudity, and the audience loved getting gore on them. Haunted Garage not only chainsaw them, but would pull the guts out and spread them all over the place.
The gag is, you're in the splash zone.
We were a messy band.
That was the raw stuff.
I was like,
this sounds like the best thing ever.
We've evoked strong feelings in people.
We even had our own barf bags made up.
I've held on to it all these years.
It exploded. There were lines around the block to see Haunted Garage.
Just thinking about it, I get a chill.
you gotta see this band. It's like going to a horror movie, except it's actually happening.
They were horror punk.
All you feel is ropes and twisted.
They live the movie lifestyle.
He's an icon of the underground exploitational genre.
His catalog of horror films is incredible.
Doesn't just write B movies. He wrote Cold Steel. Is it Sharon Stone? Who knew?
He was LA's Peter Lorre.
Legendary punk rock god of Hollywood.
Dukey's on MTV. Holy shit.
I think that the whole world should know about him.
I think of him as a guy with commitment to his art.
I think Dukey always kind of had a big-time vision with a kind of small-time execution.
Historically, I see them following in this tradition of the most over-the-top bands. They're LA's version and they're punk rock's version.
He puts everything he's got into it. He made his whole life his art.
That's Dukey. I mean, he wants to take it as far as he can take it.
And they're doing it with a big dose of humor and a lot of slime.
Slam, 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 slam!
Wait a minute, you're gonna get this.
Oh, thank you.
It's called Return to Me! No, it's you.
Hello. No, why did I disappear? Hello, it's me, Kevin Vonesper. Oh man, that was something that I filmed over 20 years ago. Hey, I was not a professional back then. I've gotten much better at what I do. But hey, isn't it cool that I got to document something so cool as tubbing at my college student center at SUNY Purchase in 2004? Hello, it's me, Kevin Vonesper, and you are watching VonPod, the show where I talk to cult artists and musicians and other people I find interesting. Today is no different. We have Tubbring, fresh from releasing. Oh, I have props. I have lots of props. Their new album, The State of the Art. As you can see, I've been a Tubbring fan for over 20 years. So tonight I'm going to try and ask them every question I've ever wanted to ask them. If this is your first time watching, hello and welcome. My name is Kevin Vonesper. I'm a musician, photographer, and documentary filmmaker from the New York City area. Follow DukeyDoc.com is the website. You could go to Instagram and follow Dukey Doc for updates on the documentary I'm making, The Life and Slimes of Dukey, Flyswatter, and Haunted Garage, featuring interviews with members of L7, Guar, Faith No More, and so many more. You may know me from my newest musical project, Pop Perversion. We just released a new song called World Goth Day, featuring violins by Amani Coppola, and it can be heard on Bandcamp, where you can also join the Glitter Gore Revolution and get some stickers. Look, I got stickers now. It's got our new awesome logo on it. popperversion.bandcamp.com. But also check out our remix of, where is it? There it is. Your Retro by Black Rose Burning, featuring Brian Viglione from the Dresden Dolls on drums. How about that? And speaking of Black Rose Burning, you can find me at the Red Party on Saturday, where they're going to be playing. I am the resident photographer at the Red Party at the Mercury Lounge in New York City. Premier goth event, almost 19 years old. I think it's over 19 years old now. I don't know. It's been a long time with that party. Well, I'll be there photographing all you lovely dark people. Glad to see one of my shots is on their flyer. How about that? Finally. And you could see an old episode with Black Rose Burning on this show. And there's that photo again. So how about that? All right. Are we about ready for Tubbring? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment below here. And if you're on YouTube watching live, you can join in on the conversation. If you really like what I do, send me a tip from the links below or send a super chat to make sure your comment or question is seen. I expect nothing and accept everything. Now let's roll the theme song, and I'll see you on the other side with Tubbring. Where's my theme song? Here it is. VonPod. Welcome to VonPod. I've got chicken heads and deli creeps, scary monsters and super creeps on VonPod. You're listening to VonPod. With aliens and scum dogs, I hope you're here to chat along to VonPod. You can watch and chat with us live. Like and share and subscribe to VonPod. It's always a surprise. You're watching VonPod. Hello, Tubbring.
Hello.
Oh no, we got an echo from somewhere. No, I think it's gone. Hello, welcome to VonPod. No, someone's got an echo.
I think I
anyone know
can't
who
hear
that
you
is?
on here unless I turn you up here, which that I think causes the echo.
So is that a problem?
I can have it really low.
Okay, do you have headphones?
I do.
That could probably help.
I can do that.
Cool. Yeah, that would be awesome. I know you got some headphones in your cool studio, right? Are you in your studio?
Me?
Oh, you probably can't hear me. Yes.
Yes, this is my studio.
Awesome. Well, welcome to the show. So I know half of you played that show at SUNY Purchase. Do you guys remember that at all? Now that you saw some video?
I don't necessarily remember the show, but that is a rarity that we actually did the full Robot trilogy. I think we only
Really?
did that one tour, and then we
Huh.
just got rid of Death of the Robot at the end and just did Where's the Robot and I Am the Robot. So yeah, that's a rarity there that you got that on camera.
That's what I do. I capture moments. Wait, why is there two of you now?
Oh man, it like right when you cut to like your promos and stuff, I heard nothing, and then I heard nothing when we came on. And,
Okay. Is it better now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, the echo isn't me.
I
tested it.
think it's gone. Check. Yeah. Okay, I think it's better now. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I do want to apologize for something. I have an apology to make to Tubring, because I don't think it was either of you two, but somebody from your band that night asked me if you could stay at my on-campus apartment that night, and I had to politely decline.
Yeah, that sounds like us.
Yeah. Well, I hope they paid you well at least, because that came out of my tuition, I'm sure.
You know, if it was a school, then yeah, they probably did pay well.
Yeah, they probably did.
Yeah.
I'd hope so. Because you were definitely like the headliner that night, even though it was probably like a Tuesday or I don't know. It's October 26th.
We would save money any way we could, and crashing at people's houses was always one of them.
I really wish I could have done it, but I had like 5 roommates, and one of them was having a party, and it was just like, oh no, this is just not gonna work. So I was like, oh no.
We've slept in weird places, definitely like random punk frat houses on floors, kitchen floors, where yeah. So
Do you remember if you did someone else provide you a space on campus that night? Do you remember?
We probably found a place. I don't remember.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I have some more video that we can talk over as we go along. But I guess we could start with the robots. I mean, you've been writing these robot songs for how long now? Is there like a deep lore to the robot now? Like, is there like movie length lore to the robot in your head?
Yeah, there is.
Well, can you tell us a little bit about what the robot would be like?
Have you ever seen Trapped in the
would it be like
Closet
in
by R.
segments?
I'm sorry, everyone was talking at the same time. Would it be?
I was saying, have you ever seen Trapped in the Closet by R.
Yes.
Kelly? It's kind of.
I kind of love
perfect way to
Trapped in the
describe it.
Closet, although I don't know if I'm allowed to say that anymore. I do own it on DVD. Don't tell anyone.
Oh, I had it. Back
It
in
was
the day.
hilarious.
Yeah. I don't know if it's reached like full movie length with details. The good thing about writing songs in a way is I don't have to be as completely detailed in a story. I can just skip around things and say, if I'm writing a narrative, I don't have to be that precise. People aren't gonna pull it apart as much as Game of Thrones or something. So
right.
So if I ever did write that story, I would have to add a lot in between the lines, so to speak.
Well, is there a robot song on the new record? And what's up with the robot? What's he doing these days?
So the robot, there was the 4 robot songs that had robot in the title. The last one was Requiem for a Robot. And then I did a song called Rebirth, and that was the new robot songs, and the new titling would be RE. So any song that starts with RE is the newer robot song. So it would be Requiem, and there was Reevaluation, Redacted, and now this one is Resistance.
Nice. So is the robot fighting? What's he doing?
The robot is going off and starting his own race that technically, I guess, humans would be the gods of the robot race, but the robots have surpassed us, and now they're going off to start their own community.
All right. Well, I wish the robots well.
Thank you.
Are we going to be able to coexist with them, or are they going to wipe us out, do you think?
Coexist. That was the point in the beginning. If you Like a lot of American sci-fi or Western sci-fi deals with AI and robots destroying the world. If you look at a lot of like older Japanese sci-fi, they work together with robots and whatnot. I kind of liked that idea that everything wasn't so like dystopian that the robots would always destroy us. So definitely started off with working together, but you need to add some drama if you're creating a story in your head. So
Sure. So Rob, I muted you because I think that's where the echo is coming from. But maybe, but you could always mute yourself until you want to talk. Also,
Okay.
I'm sorry. Okay. Well, I want to go way back. I'm going to skip around a little bit here, but from what I understand, so Kevin, are you the only original member of Tubring now, or were you even an original member?
I was the original member, yeah.
And this is 1992, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know where I heard this. The rumor is that your first show was a Halloween party.
That's true. How'd you hear that?
I don't know. I did a lot of research and I heard a lot of things. You probably said it somewhere on a different show.
Yeah. Our first show was a Halloween party in a basement.
Did you wear costumes is my big question.
We didn't wear costumes, but I think we brought a lot of toys and stupid things to throw out because we were 17 and we thought that'd be cool. And I immediately at our first show learned an important lesson that anything you throw out at people will be thrown back at you. So that was a good lesson to learn on our first show.
Yeah. I've had things thrown at me and it was I don't know if you've had the same experience when you did this, but I was opening for Mindless Self-Indulgence and we collected a lot of quarters that night. Yeah, and some of them hit us in the face. It was a lot of fun. And Jimmy was really jealous because he had never gotten a black eye from things being thrown at him before. And we're like, I don't know if that's something to be proud of, but it happened to us. It was great.
We actually played a show. It was an MSI show, and it was Valentine's Day. And backstage, they had all these little red candy hearts. And I grabbed a bunch of them, and we were playing, and I was like handing them out to people in the front. And then, of course, they got thrown back, and I didn't mind that. The problem was they were so tiny. They were like this big, so they were like getting my eye close to it. So, yeah, that's.
Oh yeah, they had to
the lesson: do not give things out to people in the crowd.
They had to mop the floor in between bands after us, and everyone was like, "What the fuck just happened here?" It was pretty awesome. That was. Oh yeah, wait. Before I move on, the Halloween show. What was your set list like? Was it all originals, or did you do covers that night, or what? What was the first Tubring show like?
I assume it was originals. Cover song. I think the very first cover song we ever did was a Goo Goo Dolls song. Hold Me Down. I think Jason, our bass player, picked it because they used to be kind of punk rock. So
yeah, from Buffalo.
And so we did that, and then the rest was probably songs off our first EP, and probably Rubber Ducky. That's a cover that we actually recorded. So yeah, that sounds about right.
Well, I found a picture of me on Halloween night in 1992. I thought I'd tell everybody. So yes, I was alive. There? No, I wish. I was probably a little too young and on a different in a different state for sure.
That's epic.
But I got those Legion of Doom shoulders from they actually gave them to me when I went to an event, and they put me on camera, on TV, and that was pretty cool. So that's how I marked the time that was Halloween '92.
Hey, Kevin V, can I just log out and log back in real quick?
Yeah, of course.
Cool. I'm gonna try it.
All right, I'll see you in a minute. So I think the first time I ever actually saw Tubring was with Mindless Self-Indulgence. I'm trying to do my research here. I think it was here at Irving Plaza in New York. What was it, 2003? And this could be a false memory, but I'm pretty sure I walked into the room while you were playing Tattoo.
Sounds about right.
And I was like, oh my God, who is this band? They're awesome.
Yeah, we covered all the things she said for a while. So
I love that album. Unironically, that's a really great album. And it's produced by Trevor Horn. So
yeah, I didn't know that. Really?
Yeah. Well, the American version, not the Russian one. But yeah, it's a wonderful album.
I'm a Trevor Horn fan.
Who is it? Yeah, I was lucky. I got to see him play a couple years ago as the bass player for Seal, but also open up as the Buggles.
Nice.
And I was like, oh my God, I have to see this. I got it. That's amazing.
Did he do any Yes songs?
I don't think he did. Oh God, it's possible. It's possible he did Owner of a Lonely Heart, but I'm not sure. I know he produced it.
Yeah.
And he was in the band for that, right? Yeah.
He was in the band as a singer for the album before, and then they got.
And then he produced that song.
Yeah,
Right. Rob, we're talking about Trevor Horn now. Is he one of your favorite producers of the past, or
who's Trevor Horn?
He's a very famous producer. He wrote "Video Killed the Radio Star" with his band The Buggles.
I didn't know. Okay.
He's a bass player with big like horn rimmed glasses, and
I just saw on Instagram an artist covering his song. She dresses up like kind of like futuristic. She's got like a guitar, and he came out on one of her shows and played with her. I can't remember the artist's name, but it was like all in my feed for like a week.
Oh yeah, he's still around. It's awesome. And I was mentioning him because he produced the Tattoo album, the American version of the Tattoo album.
It's crazy.
And I was telling them that I think my false memory could be that when I first saw you, it was a show with MSI at Irving Plaza. I'm pretty sure I walked into the room while you were playing that song, and I was just like instantly like, this is my new band right here.
You're an easy sell.
I'm saying that Tattoo album's awesome. I always loved it. It's a great album. Everyone should go check it out. Okay, cool. We got Halloween. So I don't have too much to say about the early stuff, but I did want to ask about. There's one demo you did that has like an entire album of bonus tracks, and I thought that was like the coolest, weirdest thing. You have any commentary on that?
Yeah. It's funny, just the way music is consumed has changed. And you weren't talking about that, but I'll go off on a tangent. We had our song Fermi Paradox, which is The Way to Mars. And back in the day, the thinking was you had all this extra room on a CD, so it was always cool to hide something. And there was different ways to hide it, make it its own track, put it on the end of the last track with the time and everything. So unfortunately that it didn't really translate well to the way people consume music now.
No.
So we get things where people say like, oh, I liked The Way to Mars, but I don't like that ending. And it's technically not the ending. It made more sense when we had CDs to just throw in whatever noise. So that being said, I think you're talking about Super Sci-Fi.
I think so.
We did the CD, and then we just had a 4-track. And we hung around one night and just wrote 4 or 5 extra songs or more that night or the day before, so we could just throw whatever extra stuff we could on a CD, because that seemed like a good idea at the time.
Yeah, and I think one of them was the backwards cover of Black Flag, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. Kevin, I had no idea what you're talking about in that. Okay. Now I remember.
Yeah, there was like a whole string of songs as like a bonus track. I think
Okay.
it was after Bustin' a Nut was the last song officially.
There was the song that you rapped on, Mike. Remember that?
Oh my God!
What
How
was that like?
that's
Wait,
so
were you on
embarrassing
that?
and hilarious. Yeah.
Okay, so we went back far enough to get Mike.
Mike again. Yeah.
Right, so Mike, you can fill in some of this story. Like, how did you first join the band?
I joined in I think '94 at some point, and Tubring and my current band at the time we're just playing the same like scene, the Chicago suburbs, and I remember seeing them at the VFW, and I was like, oh, these guys are rad. And I can't really remember exactly how it went down, but yeah, I was in a place where I left my band and I tried out for these guys and just clicked. That was '94, and
Who came
you
first,
know,
Mike or Rob?
me, yeah. Yeah, we
Wow.
didn't have a keyboard player.
Rob, you're like a later member in this group right here.
Late
Nah.
bloomer.
Kevin,
Better
does it
late
still
than
feel
never.
like these guys are the new guys?
Late bloomer.
No.
No. That's awesome. So wait, you rapped on a song? Tell me about that.
Oh my God, I don't remember. I think I'm trying to like repress it, but yeah, it was just like, so I think it was an extra and I don't even remember. Who knows? I'm sure I was super stoned, but yeah, yep,
Amazing.
that happened.
Well, let me check in with the chat and break this up a little. Yes, thank you. Yes, well, you're welcome. That whole back angle is on YouTube. And then when I was looking through my files, I found this handheld footage, so I started putting it together. It's only a couple songs, but yeah, I'll play more of that later. Well, hey, I saw that handsome devil there in 2024. All right. Yellow, very excited. Tubbering has resorted to cloning drummers for insurance purposes. Resorted, that's a new robot song.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, you're gonna write that. Gotta write that down. Rob still has musician mode on. Oh God. Yes, you got it. Tubbing for the win for sure. I thought it was just a bunch of random noise at the end. No, I thought those songs were maybe more interesting than the actual album songs. Your favorite rap band? Yeah.
Oh my God! Yeah, Float. Wait, Rob, that was you on clarinet, right?
Yeah, I get that one confused. Is that the one clarinet? Float was like clarinet, guitar, bass, drums, and vocals.
Yeah, and then there was another song that it was like clarinet was like the main. It was like a theme.
Right.
I was really impressed.
Recovering Addict was the other one. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That was impressive, man.
Yeah, I learned clarinet like the week before we recorded that.
I know. Dude, that was awesome.
Should we re-record Float?
Oh my God.
Oh, we're gonna get a flute performance. And what was this on one of the demos? Oh, clarinet. Yes.
He's like, that's it.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm done.
All right, so I actually did find the flyer and scanned it for that student center show. So here it is, October 25th, almost 8 years after the start of the band or something like that, I guess.
You were there, right?
Yes.
Did you consider it an evening of delights?
I really don't remember. I suppose Tubbering was a delight. I don't remember everything else. But that's a picture of the other side of the student center from that night, actually. And then I got some pictures, some blurry pictures from the show from that camera. Look, you got what do you call that instrument?
Melodica.
Melodica, yes. What song was that for?
Maybe I Could Never Fall in Love with You. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it probably was. Yeah, this was like right when Zoo Hypothesis came out, I believe.
Here's another fun fact that I only know because the flyer you put up. So that band Night Terrors, I then produced one of their records like a couple years later. Yeah.
Oh shit.
They came to Chicago and recorded with me.
Rad.
I don't remember them at all. Did you meet them that night or did you know them before this?
I think they might have helped get the show, maybe. I can't remember. And also when I produced them, they may have changed their name. I can't remember. But I don't think so. I think it was, man, I suck. And if they're watching or see this ever, I'm sorry. But it was a really cool EP or album that we did.
Nice. And it was like a couple of years after this? Or was it more recent?
Yeah, no. So if this was 2004, that would have been like 2007, maybe, if I had to guess.
Okay. And you were, was that like one of the first albums that you produced?
It was probably early on, yeah.
Right.
I don't know about first, but yeah, right in there, probably.
That's cool. What kind of band are they?
It was cool. So it was, and I think I'm still friends with them on Facebook. It was like keyboards and guitar and drums, and it was very cool. And actually, if I remember right, we even went to the same place that Tubbering recorded The Great Filter at to do the drums for that record, and B-side audio. Yeah, and man, I'll have to dig it up. I've got it somewhere.
You think it's online somewhere? I'll have to look at it.
That'll be a task for tomorrow or this weekend.
Hey, chat, go do your research while we're talking. See if we can find that album. Do you remember what it was called? Probably not, right?
No, and like I
No.
said, they may have even changed their name before they recorded it, so it might be under something else. But we'll get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, cool. I want to pivot into some. I'm not going to go too crazy on the side projects, but I did have a couple questions. I know one of them was called The Pastries, and I wanted to know if making out with Beth was a true story.
Kinda.
Because wasn't that you singing, Rob?
Yeah, I think so, right? And Kevin
Yeah.
was singing with me. I mean, yes, we have a friend named Beth, and we have a friend named Adam, who the song is about. And it actually all happened. The entire song, every detail in every lyric did happen, except for they never made out. And it was that was the lie. And the whole song was kind of like razzing both of our friends. Like we introduced them and they were making out, and so it kind of happened, but it kind of didn't happen too. It's like a fictionalized version of this night that I had with the two of them.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's messing with our friend. He went to the show, and I pulled out a guitar, and I just started singing, "He was making out with Beth," and it was making him more mad. So Rob thought that was funny, and he actually wrote lyrics to the whole thing, and then sang it and became a song.
Nice.
Adam has a lot of songs in the Tubbring
He does.
universe.
Yeah, what other
doesn't he?
songs
And,
are about Adam?
Didn't you write? And then there's Joe about him too.
Kinda, but it was actually more about a couple other people. I just
Okay.
lumped them all. That
Well, it works really, really well for Adam.
Wow. You can have an Adam trilogy, maybe. And like the new robot is Adam. So I'm like really into conceptual bands and of things like that. I have a whole show just about Guar, and we'll talk about them later because I know there's a connection there too. But was there any concept to like the Pastries or any of those bands you were doing at the time? And one in particular, just because the name is so crazy, Deli Meat and the French Eroticas. What is the concept behind that band?
I'll do lightning round. Pastries was a sitcom that I was in,
That's right.
and they had a fake band that was called Earwax. And I said, I got a friend that can help us with the music, and we got Rob, and the sitcom went nowhere, but we were having fun, and we changed the name of the band to the Pastries and wrote some songs, and that was that. Deli Meat and the French Eroticas is another story of we have one night to write a bunch of songs because we had some free studio time, and that's what came out.
But like that name sounds like it's a B movie or something. Was it like written from a certain perspective?
I don't think so. I think
no.
Dave
It's just a funny
Smith
name.
came up with that one, didn't he? Dave.
Yeah, Dave Weiner came up with that
Okay,
name.
Weiner.
He's good with names.
Right. And of course, the other one that kind of escaped that time period was the 8-bit, Super 8-bit brothers. When you, of course, I know your sound palette is definitely expanded since the originals, but was there a limitation to like what you would do musically with that band at that time?
No. We'll claim it again. We're the first video game band that ever existed. Super 8-bit brothers. And I'm going to make that claim. There's Pac-Man Fever and a song here or there, but no band dedicated completely to video games. So at the time, there wasn't an 8-bit scene or a chiptune scene or anything like that. We just wanted to, at first, I think we called it Joystick, and then we changed it a bit to make it more like Super Mario Brothers. That's how we came up with Super 8-bit brothers, because that was the old 8-bit system. So the name made a little more sense at the time, but then chiptune started and people started doing 8-bit music, and sometimes they would say, like, we didn't limit ourselves. We just made a little electronic music about video games. So no limit. Just
cool. A good band that you could have toured with maybe was Horse the Band. Probably came out pretty soon after that.
We played a show with them.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
And we played with them as Tubbring, too.
As Tubbring? As both bands?
Yeah, we played with them as Tubbring and Super 8-bit brothers. Well, the funny thing is we played with them as Tubbring, and then they talked shit about us.
Oh,
and then we played with them as Super 8-bit brothers, and they didn't know we were the same people, and they were nice to us.
Oh, shit. That's pretty funny.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe Horse the Band had it in their rider that it was like, we want, like some waters backstage, blah, 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 blah. And then like in the rider was like, we cannot be on any bills with bands named Tubbering. That was like part of their rider.
Forgot about the rider. That's how we heard about it.
That's crazy.
And then I think they even asked us to play some more shows when we played with Super 8-Bit Brothers. They're like, oh, it's good. You want to play some more?
Yeah, they were very nice, actually, the last time we worked with them. But
that's great. Well, maybe they just wanted to get out of their contract that night.
Maybe.
I'm just like,
Really?
oh, well, if we say we can't play with the band we're playing with, then negate it. I don't know. So, okay, I want to approach the rest of that conversation from a slightly different angle. Did you have any favorite video game music at the time that you were a fan of?
Not in particular. I mean, the big hits. I don't think at the time I was listening to video game soundtracks as much. Not that that was really even a thing back then.
No, it wasn't. Definitely not.
Yeah.
Yet.
So I mean, of course, the classics. You can't beat the Zelda themes and the Mario Brother themes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if I could say. Basically, anything on Super Smash Brothers.
we made up our own lyrics to Super Smash Brothers music, and we still to this day sometimes sing them back and forth as inside jokes to each other.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I want to nominate Maximum Carnage with the first rock band to make a video game soundtrack, Green Jelly, of which I am a member of.
Oh, nice.
So, not back then, but that's some video game music history. It's the first rock band to make a video game soundtrack.
That's pretty awesome.
Oh, that's super awesome.
Yeah. Cool. Oh, so okay, I'm gonna skip to the very end of the 8-Bit Brothers, Super 8-Bit Brothers, and I want to ask you about this because when I heard it, I was like, this can't be what I think it's gonna be. Turn It On Again.
Yeah.
Genesis. I mean, incredible.
You're familiar with the song?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I know it's not on this album, but Invisible Touch is one of my favorite albums of all time.
You're a Genesis fan?
I am a fan of one of their albums and a couple of their songs.
The funny thing about that is while it was released as a single, it's kind of still considered a little bit of a deep cut unless you came from Chicago. Chicago, they used to play it on the radio all the time because it was WLS's call song.
WLUP.
And they used to do ads and TV ads. So being from Chicago, you just heard that song a bunch. And then I kind of discovered that later that's a thing. Like just reading their wikis, like Turn It On Again didn't really chart that much, didn't do, except in Chicago where everyone knows it. So
wow.
Regional hit.
Are you a Genesis fans over there? Not really.
I mean, yeah, at times.
So was it kind of like a joke that you were playing the song because of it was like a Chicago hit? Was that
no. I actually love that song. I think early Phil Collins is great. Like before he went a little too, I don't know, like I don't mind pop, but he went a little slow, dramatic. But yeah, no, I like. I'm a Genesis fan.
Also, I'll say this about that song, Turn It On by Genesis, has the most insane meter and like timing of any pop song like in history. Like weird bars of like 5 and then bars of 13 and then like you never know where the chorus is going to hit. Like it Mike and Sean, I don't know if you know the song, but like go back and listen to it and like while you're listening to it, go, okay, the chorus is going to happen here, and then it doesn't. Like
Invisible Touch?
No.
Turn It On Again.
Turn It On Again. It's the weirdest. It's the weirdest structure of any like pop song that's ever charted. It's the weirdest.
It's kind of hard to sing even because like, all right, here's the beat. Here, yeah.
It was insane to record. Yeah, it was like I was like just throwing my hands up in the studio that day trying to get that one done.
Yeah, did you have to lock that on the grid somehow?
Yeah, that was the only way to do it, but it was still really challenging. Like at first I was like, sometimes when I'm like stumped on what somebody's doing and I have to do a cover song, I'll download the MIDI. I'll even buy MIDI and download it and then like do my own thing with it. There's no other way to do that song. Like it would have taken a year to sit and count out the way they do it on the record by ear. It's an insane song structure, that tune.
That's why I really like that era of Genesis, because it was like, make pop weird again. Like it's so soothing to the ears that you don't really notice how weird it actually is. And that's what I respect about it. Like pop music, I think, is a little too simple these days. It's like, go back to Genesis, to Duran Duran. Like that shit is hard to play, man. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Let's see. Should we? Okay. I guess we can start talking about like the Drake equation era. I think, and tell me if you think this is crazy, that Bite the Wax Tadpole is sort of like the quintessential Tub Ring song. Like if I was gonna introduce the band to someone, I'm like, this is like the starting point right here. Do you agree, disagree? What do you think about that?
It was for a while, but I just think the band's gone through so many changes that not necessarily anymore. But once again, the band's been around so long that everyone probably has their own personal connection or era of our fans. So I agree and disagree. I don't think it is anymore, but if you consider the Drake Fermi Zoo era, which some people do, then yeah, it's the quintessential song in there.
Well, I'm kind of curious, like when you wrote that song, were you like, Eureka, like we fucking cracked the code?
Kind of
or were you kind of like,
I think
there's always a song before we write a new album that it's like, all right, yeah, that's going to be, we're really happy with this. Maybe not the centerpiece, and yeah, it was Bite the Wax Tadpole for Drake. So yeah, I guess we were confident with it.
What about you, Rob?
I agree with what Kevin said. I'm interested to hear what Mike has to say. He's kind of shaking his head.
Well, I agree with Kevin. Like yeah, it used to be, but yeah, there's been so many like eras of the band's been around so long. Kev, remember this, and remember when Hunab and Tub Ring played together in Seattle, and you were playing that song, and I was watching, and I was so stoked to see you guys, because I had left the band, then had become a fan again after I was in it.
Well, when did you leave exactly? And was it
know,
before
like,
this album?
Like right when Drake was out, before Fermi, somewhere in there.
So you recorded on that album or no?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I was watching these guys play, and that song came up, and that part came up, or the part that I'm talking about is the boom, boop, boop, the waltz part, and then Kevin, you say something to the effect of, and Mike from Hunab or whatever, he was our drummer, thought this part was cheesy when we wrote it. And I remember saying something like, this part, I don't know. It's so funny. And now, like, thinking back, it's stuck, obviously, and it has its own wonderful memories. But anyways.
Well, I'm glad I pointed that out in the middle of the show.
You did. You literally did. I was like, I remember that. Hilarious.
Well, maybe John can answer this one. If you were to introduce Tub Ring to someone now, what do you think the first song you'd play is?
Oh, that's a good question.
Of course, everyone can answer that, but
man,
want to grab you into the conversation a little bit.
Bird of a Different Color.
Oh, yeah. Wait, did you play? Were you the drummer on that record, Sean?
Yeah. Fuck. But I played on the tour.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. That's a great fucking song. Love that song.
Nice. What about Kevin and Rob? I know you guys wrote a lot of fucking songs. You have like, have you ever counted how many songs you've written?
No.
No, there's no Tub Ring song spreadsheet.
I can look at my BMI statement, but I can't like break it up to like Tub Ring only. Right. But I mean, it's got to be. I mean, over 100, right?
Oh, easy, definitely easy. I mean, you probably wrote like at least 30 or 40 songs just for one album, at least once or twice.
Yeah, that's true. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, cool. All right, cool.
I would say, are you gonna? I want to hear Kevin's answer to that question.
Yeah,
Kevin. I was just gonna say, impress your creators. It's got 7 million plays, so we'll just.
That's a good answer.
There you
go. We'll let the people speak for you.
Yeah.
Hey, why not?
I think "Stop This Now" is probably my favorite Tub Ring song of all time.
Oh shit!
I would choose that one.
That's a good one.
I got a video of that coming up later. It's not very good, but Well, maybe I could play it now just to break up this.
Yeah, play it now.
Let's
That's
see.
pro.
And we can talk over it, but let me see if I can
Oh, you
find
have to
it.
pee. That's what I thought. Oh.
Oh yeah, sure. Let's see, which one is it? Here we go. So this is the next time I saw you, I guess, was in 2007 at the Highline Ballroom with Sleepytime Gorilla Museum.
Mm.
And oh no, it's not gonna play because it's an MPEG.
I'm gonna run away real
Oh,
fast. Right back.
all right, I messed that one up. I guess we're not gonna see footage from that show, but I have a crappy video from whatever camera I was holding at the time. I could post it later, you guys. I messed that one up. I guess this program doesn't accept MPEGs, so that kind of sucks. But yeah, let me ask you quickly about Sleepytime Gorilla Museum. I have this theory, since I'm sort of an expert on like scary bands, that like the more you put into your image like that, probably the nicer you are off stage and the bigger of a nerd you are. Do you find that true for some of these bands?
I could see that. Yeah, it's like it's like it's a character, right?
Yeah.
Like, on stage, and it's usually like an escape from who they are. So it makes sense that it would be a 180. That's I don't know that I had ever thought of that theory, but I like it and see what you're saying.
Cool. So they were really interesting, and I love when they came into the show. They like walk right by you in the audience. And I just saw another band like a week ago do that called Witch Club Satan, this black metal feminist band from Norway. They like sage the audience before they play, and it was like they were just staring at you, in the audience. It was really intense.
Yeah, like performance art. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I want to ask Tubring, did you ever think about having like a conceptual image, like a I don't know about costume or anything, but it could, if you, I don't know what it would be, but a lot of your stuff would be conducive to something like that. Like, you ever thought about becoming characters?
Especially in the early days, there was already too many bungle comparisons. So
Right.
like that would have just been like dead in the water idea.
Mm-hmm.
We had
Yeah.
those like I don't know what, like I don't know what kind of shirts they were with that like Tubring logo like on it, and then our name, like not gas station or like
work
Right.
Work shirts, yeah.
Works. Yeah. We had the. I still.
Then
have
we
them.
had the jumpsuits for a while.
Yeah.
And then we had
lab coats.
You had like sort of the skinny
Lab
tie
coats.
thing for like the Great Filter era,
Yeah.
right?
Those were all kind of like 1 or 2 off kind of things.
Yeah.
Many label people, manager people told us to work on our image. So we would try something and then realize we weren't good at working on our image. So
Yeah, so nothing ever really stuck for you.
Yeah.
I remember there was like this time in my life where I was like always applying to get on reality TV shows, and I submitted Tubring for like one of those makeover shows. Like, we need a makeover. What do we do?
That would have been
Oh
funny.
my god, that's hilarious.
Well, we can skip to that. There was one show that you got on the MTV2 circuit, do circuit, whatever the fuck that was. Tell me, that whole thing was rigged, right?
Oh,
Were you allowed to comment on that?
Yeah, sure. We don't know how it was all put together. It does seem like there was no way we could win it. So
Yeah.
coming in second place to us was winning it. It was fun. Got our name out there.
For
It
sure.
wasn't, yeah.
It's really funny. One of my friends now is in a group with Pete Miser. So I was
Really?
like, oh my God. I never saw
We
his
actually got
early stuff.
along with him pretty well. We were talking to him a bunch before we went down there and everything. He's a good guy.
Yeah, I've never actually met him in person, but he has also collaborated with one of my frequent collaborators, Amani Coppola, who you might know from the band Peeping Tom.
Oh, I know who that is. Yeah, I know who she is. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
It's
know
awesome.
the other members of that band have played another show I saw with you, Dub Trio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I recall that show in New York.
Yeah, in Brooklyn. Did you do a whole tour with them, or was it just that one show?
It was just that show.
I was there,
Mm.
and I remember you playing it was before it was released, but you played the Flash Gordon song, and I thought it was really cool.
I think that's actually on YouTube. That's why I remember that show. I
Really?
was wearing a tweed jacket and it was very hot.
Well, I'll have to look that up. That
Kevin
place...
V, I think you've said 2 sentences in the English language that no other human has said tonight. One of them was, I liked your Flash Gordon cover, Tubbring. And the other was, I like your Turn It On cover, Super 8-Bit Brothers. Like, those sentences have never been uttered in the history of the human language.
I want to bring something new to the table. I figure you've done a lot of talking about yourselves, and
it feels good. It feels good. It's like we didn't do those for nothing.
No, you did them just for me. I was that guy. Yeah, and then of course it came out on your album a couple months later or whenever you put that out. But I was just like, oh man, that's a good idea. That's cool.
Said
yeah,
no
I
one
enjoyed
ever.
it. Yeah, just me, just me. I want to go backwards a little bit, back to Drake. And you did mention Mr. Bungle. I never heard the story of how you hooked up with Trey as a producer. Is there a story behind that, or how did that work out?
You field that one, Rob.
Kevin and me followed them around on tour when they were doing California or Disco Volante. California, no, Disco Volante. Yeah, so we would.
California was after your album, I think.
Yeah. So we went to like multiple shows in a row, and they would just kind of like see us sitting at the venue or the outside. And they'd see us like, being there every night. And then they just started like letting us come watch their rehearsals before like their sound checks, and like letting us not even have to buy tickets and stuff like that. And then kind of when California came out, I like didn't know if they would remember us, but same thing, got to the show early and just kind of grabbed Trey and just said, hey, I don't know if you remember us, but our band would really like to get you as a producer on this record. And like, here's my phone number. We had like a phone number with an answering machine with machine. And like,
yeah.
2 weeks later, it's like we had on me and Kevin's answering machine a message from Trey, and that was like the greatest moment of my life. I was like, wow, cool.
So did you, now you're a record producer, like did you learn anything from him, or do you feel like he brought something to the table that you couldn't have done yourself?
Yeah, well, at the time we didn't know shit about producing music, but yeah, absolutely.
But some of your demos sound pretty good before that, so.
Oh wow, well, yeah, that was maybe just luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool watching him work. He's like the first producer or engineer that I ever saw like sit in a chair for like 12 hours and like not get up to even go to the bathroom, like because he was so focused on what he was doing. And like I'm probably a little guilty of that now too. But I do get up to go to the bathroom and eat and try to like get a breath of fresh air every once in a while. But like there are producers and engineers like that. But it's like I remember that blew my mind when he would do that for like a whole week. Like it was crazy. And then he would come back to our like tiny apartment and sleep on our stupid couch. Like it was insane. He was like a machine. It was amazing.
That's cool. Had he produced anything before you? I don't really know him as a producer, but I'm guessing.
He produced California, which to me still sounds like gold. It just sounds like an amazing sounding record.
Yeah. I think it achieves exactly what it was set out to achieve. I especially like that song. I can't even say the name of it, but it's like do 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 do. That song,
Bionic Vapor Boy.
Yes, that song kills me every time. I'm like, oh my god, it's so nuts. It's a good one. Let's see, we got some comments here. Impress Your Creators is the most tub ring song. You agree? Saw them on that tour. Sleeping Time Gorilla Museum bus broke down. They showed up at the show super late. Aw. At least they did it right. The Internet Detective have found the Night Terrors album Rob produced was Future Wounds after they changed their name to Casket Architects.
Yes, that's
there you go. Nice.
Nice.
Thank you very much. A member of Hello Goodbye said he unplugged a guitar or some shit. Oh, is that what happened to your guitar?
No, that's not what happened. We actually got along with them too. And we saw them a little later, a few months after that thing happened.
Mhm.
And he was telling us that people were getting mad at Hello Goodbye and throwing stuff at them at the show, talking about Tupper. I'm
Aw.
like, sorry. But somebody asked about
Dedication.
the guitar. Our guitar went out,
Yeah.
and they sarcastically said, one of them, I forget it, like, oh yeah, it's because I unplugged it so we could win. And somehow, you know, how sarcasm doesn't always translate on the web.
Sure.
People thought that they actually did that and sabotaged us. But it wasn't them. It was MTV that sabotaged us.
You guys were too good for that shit. But I thought it kind of made the performance a little bit more punk rock. It's like, yes, we are doing this shit live, and sometimes stuff happens, you know.
Yeah.
Did your keyboards ever go out, Rob? I know you like jump on those things. Like, I can't imagine how many keyboards you've gone through, or was it just that? Was it just that durable?
If you're talking about MTV, I don't.
No,
think they went
not
out on
particularly MTV, but just like in general.
Yeah, it would. We played shows where I'd go
Yeah,
out.
every
It was like
single
first
show
note,
is
all the
keyboard.
time. Go wrong, and then it was like show's over for me. See you later. Like,
Right.
Yeah, it sucked.
So would you have to fix that every night, or did you just have like a million keyboards, or how did that work?
You know, I think all the above. It probably try to fix them. Probably had some backups after I was smart enough to bring backups.
Nice. Yeah, it's kind of like the Pete Townsend thing, right? He would smash a guitar and then stitch it up for the next show.
I remember it was in like the second show we played in Tokyo that happened. Like something short fused, and it was like it was the biggest show we played in Tokyo too, or in Japan. And it was like the first note is like boom, the whole damn thing was out. It sucked. And like I spent the whole rest of the show kind of like, I mean, I had multiple keyboards, so I'd play parts on the other one that's still working, even though it didn't sound quite right. But it was just panic the whole time. I couldn't enjoy it, and it just sucked.
Womp womp. Yeah. Flash was rad. My stepbrother loves the little breakdown part at the end that wasn't in the Queen version. Oh, I didn't notice that you added a part.
There's like an extension at the end of it, I think. He's referring to. Or she.
I mean, that's got to be a really tough song to do, too. I mean, Freddie Mercury, you know.
Yeah, but there's Kevin Gibson. I mean,
sure.
Yeah. Right.
You did a great job.
You made it work. And I was going to say, you did a great Phil Collins as well. Like, I was like, wow, okay.
Cool. Thank you.
Big Glockenspiel sounded as good as, or better than the real one,
That's what Trey told me in the studio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And he's right. I have a real Glockenspiel actually kind of like right behind me, and it sucks to record with. It sounds totally fake.
That's funny. You can comment on this one if you want. Yes, I'm sure you paid Trey for his work, right?
We did have to pay Trey, yes.
Yeah. On the Tubbring channel, Tubbring box channel, Rob's keyboard goes out for a few seconds on one of the videos, and you could hear Rob shout, "No!" I believe it.
Awesome.
Here, let's play another video from that show, and we can talk over it, because I think it's time for a video. We are a visual podcast. I want to talk about this song briefly. We could talk over this. Faster. I mean, this is one of the coolest riffs I've ever heard. Do you have a perspective on that?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was Jason.
Yeah, the bass riff.
Yeah.
I remember when he showed us that the first time, I was like, that's very, 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 very cool.
Yeah, I mean, this song is just, this is like when I'm driving and this song comes on, I got to be very careful because I just want to like go faster. It's such a hype song. I don't know if you're like tired of it at this point because it's so old to you, but like, does it still hype you up?
I can't say I think about our older stuff that much. But that was the point in my head, was to make a fast driving song, because it's always nice to have a song while driving fast.
And whose idea was it to do the crash test dummies in the video?
I think Bob's, right?
Yeah. the director of the video, Bob, who was in the Blue Meanies.
Yeah.
Video.
Yeah. How come you guys didn't have more music videos? Was there just no budget for that kind of stuff, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially back then, like late 90s, 2000, like it was harder to get.
Yeah.
Even that we use stock footage of crashes in the video, and that costs us $1,000 right there.
Oh,
nowadays you can easily get stuff like that free or off something.
Mhm.
Back then, things like that. The stock footage was expensive. Actually, filming was expensive. So that's why.
We have a couple videos coming for the new album.
Really? I was gonna ask that. There's gonna be music videos for the new album? Question mark. Yeah.
Yes.
When can we expect that, or can we get any tease about what that's gonna be like?
Don't know and no.
Okay, cool. I'll take it. Yeah, that was bass, Jason. I know. I really wish we could have talked to him here. Cannot safely drive to some Tub Ring songs. Yo, this song just like makes me hype. I think, didn't you retire this for a while?
Probably.
Yeah, YouTube for sure. Anyways.
We went.
Sorry, I just gotta like rock to this part. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
We went through a kind of longer period where our set list didn't change too much just because the band members kept changing so much. So we would teach them a set, and then we would have to get somebody else. So we teach them the songs we're doing. We're like, all right, when we get done with this tour, we'll work some more and get some more songs to add to the set. Then we'd go right back out and then get a new member and lose somebody. For a long time, it was hard to get different songs into the set list for that reason.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And moving right along here, we could just go straight into this one. This is sort of like the next thing. So I guess Fermi was the album that I came into when I first discovered you, was the new thing at the time. And I think this is only one angle because I don't have another angle on this one, but this is my favorite song, and I want your perspective on this one. I think Invalid is like the Eureka, the Bite the Wax Tadpole of Fermi. What do you think?
It's exactly what I was going to say. This
yeah?
Was,
What's your perspective on this one?
It's a good one. One of our better ones. It was the Eureka song off of Fermi Paradox.
Yeah. Rob, what do you think?
Yeah, that one felt like cool. We kind of like evolved a little bit from Drake with that, and that was like, okay, this is a cool direction, and I remember feeling really proud of it, and even to this day it's still like I could probably listen to this one and not be like grossed out.
Yeah, I feel like you embraced like your pop elements, and you're like, when we're gonna be pop, we're gonna be really fucking pop, and it's gonna be cool.
I mean, it's not that poppy, but yes.
No, but the chorus
More
is very
so than
sugary.
something off of Drake. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like Drake had a lot of like every song was like 8 different genres, and this album was kind of like, well, each song is sort of a different genre instead.
Well said.
Cool. All right. And do you guys, Sean and Mike, do you have any favorite songs from this era as fans, or?
Sean?
I really like -1, Hands, and I like Future is Free, and Robot Song on that one.
Yeah.
Those are some of my favorites.
Yeah, this was the first album after I had left, and I remember Jason bringing it to me, and I was like, "Oh fuck, you guys are getting good!" Like, I obviously thought Tub Ring was good. I was, in it for a while, and I thought we were making strides. But I remember hearing this, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And that's when I really started becoming a fan as I was doing my own thing and looking at these guys more objectively, which is a really cool perspective that I feel like I have.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got all my props. I got all your CDs here. Here's my Fermi Paradox that I must have bought at one of your concerts. Who produced this and what's his story?
Rob, you want
That was that we recorded at Gravity Studios in Chicago, and the studio owner Doug McBride kind of produced it. And funny enough, he commented, or Gravity Studios commented on one of our posts from the new album, said, "Oh, it would have been a little better if you did it at Gravity." And I would assume that was Doug that did that, which I thought was awesome.
Could have been Cartier.
Cartier and Doug, yeah, both kind of produced it. Cartier was like the head engineer there, and Doug was the studio owner.
Well, it sounds wonderful. I think it's one of your best sounding, well, at least from the early records, I think it's probably the most clear sounding.
Agreed.
That does sound nice.
But I know this sort of ranks sort of low on your album lists. Have your lists changed since the new albums have come out? Your rankings?
No, I was thinking about that with like the newer stuff. It's all too close to it to put it in good rankings. So I'll stick to my old rankings, and I think Fermi's pretty low on the list.
Mm-hmm. And where is State of the Art now?
I don't know. First,
don't know.
Our last album. You should always be happy about your last album. So
for sure. Yeah. My best friend in high school hated the turn out the lights for us part of Invalid. Fucker ghosted me when he was supposed to drive an hour with me to see 3, 2, 1 Activate. Oh no. I think that's the best part because it's so unexpected.
Did we even make it to that show though?
Oh, maybe you guys didn't even make it.
We had one tour and our bus blew up on it, our van, and we got stuck in the middle of nowhere, Iowa, for 3-4 days.
I couldn't find it, but I did have that Alter Ego CD, and I don't know, maybe I sold it.
Wow.
I couldn't find that one. I never saw 3, 2, 1 Activate. I think by the time I found out about it, you had already become Tubbring again. Did you ever play in New York with that band?
I don't think so.
No, so there wouldn't have been an opportunity to begin with.
No.
Buy my favorite early era album. Cool, yeah. I think my favorite early era album is probably Zoo Hypothesis. Although I think I agree. I think I heard you say this once, Rob, that like some of the instruments just like don't sound right in the mix. Like there's something weird about it.
Yeah, you're talking about Zoo?
Zoo, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like it is what it is. It exists, like as it is. But like, yeah, like sonically, like they were the guys we did it with were like 10 out of 10 creatively, but like I think sonically not 10 out of 10. Yeah,
I feel like do you think the stems of that album still exist that could be remixed in some alternate universe?
That could be fun. Yeah.
I think it's probably my favorite album, like front to end. Like it does all sound cohesive. It just like does sound a little weird as well. Or maybe it's like a remastering problem. I don't know exactly.
I think my biggest issue with it is like, and it might have just been, about the time in history that we were recording at. It was like when everything was kind of switching from analog to digital.
Right. That was the first fully digital album you did, right?
Yeah. And then there was like, well, do we use amps or amp simulators? And then there was like drum replacement and drum straightening. That was all brand new. And I think, like with the best of intentions, it tried to do something that like probably wasn't quite there yet, either technologically or within the skills of the people that were doing it. So I like this find the files thing and remix it though. I don't really need any more projects right now, but damn, that might be a good one.
Yeah, because that makes a lot of sense with the drum replacement. Like the drums, I know they're real, they're played by a real person, but if they were all replaced, that totally makes sense to why it sounds like that.
But then also, like, are we gonna, we're gonna George Lucas one of our best albums? Like,
Yes.
I don't know.
I am all for it. I love when people remix albums because it's like, well, if you don't like it, you can still just listen to the old one too. Like, fuck you.
Well, if we can put like some Jabba the Hutt samples in there, then maybe.
There you go. Well, this might surprise you, but I think my
Usually
favorite
had dewbacks.
You're what?
Sorry, go on.
I think this might surprise you, because I don't think you think too much of this, but my favorite song from that era, and I still think every time I hear it, I get like these weird chills, is The Emperor's Son. I just think that song is so cool, and I'm wondering what your perspective on that is, and how that piano part, when it just comes in, I'm just like, holy shit, this is like so cool. What was that?
I was actually going to ask Rob if he wanted to redo it.
Really?
Yeah, that's how I feel about it. Even though we did kind of put it out.
I mean, it's out there. I can't believe you cut that from the album, because when I heard that, I was like, holy shit, this is so cool.
Wow.
I don't know why we did.
I don't know if I know what that song is.
Really? Here, you want to hear it?
I
don't have a live version, but I do have a clip. Well, let's see. I won't play the whole thing, but I'll skip through it. I want to skip towards the middle here. Oh, right there. That shit's wild, man.
Most highly
Cool.
peculiar. He'd never heard 10 of a small speck of dust that was able to yell.
Like, and what are those samples? Is that sample from somewhere?
Gordon Here's a Who?
Oh, really? I mean, this song is just so cool to me. Did you guys not like it? Did you ever play this live?
I don't know. I don't remember why it didn't. I think it might have been one of those that we wrote right before we went in, actually. So maybe it just wasn't ready by the time.
Needed to cook a little bit more?
Yeah, but then it ended up on the B side of Zoo, so I don't know. I don't remember the story with this one.
Well, I know Billy Bob suggested some songs to bring back. This is my suggestion.
That's your suggestion. I was actually, yeah.
It's a great idea. And I mean, the piano part's so crazy. Like, did you write that, Rob? How did?
The one when I was saying those producers were like 10 out of 10 creatives, they kind of like, I kind of like mimic them to this day. Like, they were really cool at, like, we would go in, record a song, and then they'd send us something back, and we're like, wait, what is that part? Or what is that? Like, what? Like, the producers added that, and I agree, it's really cool.
They put that in?
Yeah, I mean, it was
wow.
just like, it probably went straight to the next section, like when we played it. And then they're like, let's, be goofballs and put in like this piano thing. And anyways, I like to do that kind of shit with our demos these days, but like, they were the first time we ever worked with producers that would do that kind of thing.
Yeah. So who's playing
that? I'm not that good of a piano player. That whatever.
Yeah, I was also wondering about that.
I would absolutely have to hire a session piano player to play that, because I could not.
I mean, it's very cool, and I want to stress, like, I think the producers of that album were super cool. I really like what they did with it, even though I'm criticizing the sound a little bit, but like the production is very cool. And I think I respect them for that.
They wanted us to get a different person to mix it and master it, and we were just like, no, you just do it. But we should have probably listened to that.
Maybe they were onto something there.
Yeah, but also it was budgetary and like,
yeah.
I mean, it is what it is.
Let's see. I talked to Rob before the show, and he was restringing or maybe tuning a guitar, and I told him about Guitar Hero. First one just came out. I think we're talking about that 321 show, maybe. I heard Kev hates Emperor's Son. Yeah, that's what I thought. You guys didn't really care for it that much.
Yeah, I kind of always liked that one.
Oh, okay, cool. Keep your head down is fascinating. Yeah, I love all those. I really want to put together like the B-sides of that album and the album and like make a full flow of it. I know you never really had like an ultimate canon track list for all those songs in it, right? No. Listening party, yeah, sure. Yo, I heard you had a Verse of the North Star sample on Sci-Fi, some OG anime fan shit. Is this true?
That is true.
Nice.
Rob, right?
Yeah, that was Rob's suggestion. Do you remember it? I have won, and you have
How to
lost.
kill just about anyone.
Yeah.
There's no other, because you lack the ability or the will to crush your enemies.
Yeah. That was a fun song, man, actually, now that I think about it.
Do you still dip into sampling? Is there like sampling that we need to uncover on the new record?
Yeah, there's always like little things. There's some cool stuff in your epilogue. Those like they're like weird old songs. Like there's a few. I mean, there's also like non-vocal, like or talking samples all over the place, probably.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Why not skip? I want to get Sean in the conversation a little bit here. So let's talk about the new album, and then we could go backwards again from there. I want to ask this, and everyone could maybe answer this differently depending on how you perceive it. But what is the state of the art?
I'll let you guys answer first.
Utah
bring out.
Yeah, I think this is a Kev
the new
question.
album from To Be Rening.
You be reading. I'll give you a short. The state of the art is the last few albums have been named after books, old sci-fi books. State of the art is a short story that is about an alien race that's watching Earth and not necessarily contacting them, just watching over them to see how they evolve, which is actually the zoo hypothesis. Hence, I thought that was a little clever way to bring that in. And that's what the state of the art is. Well, one answer. Yeah. There's also, I was looking, there's a bit of I play a bit with like themes of fascism in there. So I thought of like the state of the art is another way to look at it too. Plus, there's the pretentious way you can interpret it is that we're the state of the art. So
right,
or what the state of the art is in music. It seemed like a really good title all around. So there you go.
Nice. And I know again, I love like talking about concepts and things. And I know in general, you've said like, oh, there's a loose concept to most of the albums, and then and I like the way you say this. Then there's the Monster of the Week songs. Is there a concept to this?
Yeah. Still vague. I don't like to talk about concepts too much after we just release things.
Sure.
I'm ready
to seem a little bit personal. I don't know if you want to get into it. You don't have to, but it seems like a pretty personal record. Is that you don't have to answer that if you don't want to. But that's my perception.
All right.
Okay. And I don't know what to ask about this. I've been listening to it all week, and I really feel like it fits into the Tubring catalog pretty well. Maybe not to knock the last few albums, but I feel like this is kind of like totally classic Tubring. You could kind of just throw this in anywhere, and it sounds like you.
Cool.
Love that.
Yeah.
Well, Sean, Mike, what do you guys feel about this album? Since you guys were on this one, right?
Yeah, I really like the way it turned out.
Yeah. Do you have any perspective? Did you guys write any of the songs? Or like what was your favorite contributions to the record?
I brought 3 of the like demos to the album. Electric Dreams and Resistance and Thalassophobia.
Nice. I was gonna ask. I didn't do my research. What does that word mean?
Fear of open water, like being in the middle of the ocean.
I do fear the ocean probably more than I fear space. We know less about it.
More chances that something can grab you in the ocean.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
True.
All right. Well, I want to talk. Okay, let me get my slideshow up because I have some of this artwork here. I want to talk about the artwork for this record. Was there someone who did all of this?
Yes.
And how does it all fit in?
Joan Veritek did it. She also did the art for Zoo Hypothesis, going back to my whole thing. And yeah, we're going for larger, kind of oppressive, looming things over you. Hence the, I don't know, hit the ring world and the large ship hanging over, and that was the art. Oh, this stuff, these were all clips from videos.
Oh, okay. What's this from?
From a video of Static, and I paused it at a certain point, and that looked like a cool design just from a pause from Static. And
what about this?
It was a video of a plane flying.
Gotcha. All right. Well, this. Okay. So this, yeah, this does. Do you feel like this connects to your old records? Because this does seem like it has a parallel to The Great Filter here.
Yeah, I needed a little more art for the CD, so I took some of the images we had and found the old fonts that we used for our album covers and put them together to look like our old album covers. Doesn't really mean much more than just I thought it looked kind of cool.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
I was happy with how that turned out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know like you like to throw references, and this is throughout your career, like to old material. Is that just something that you've always done, like referencing old material and new material and connecting things?
I mean, at a certain point, we talked about doing it so long, it just becomes Tubring is this project, so referencing your own projects is fun. I don't know. Sting used to do that. I always liked it. Sting would sing maybe one of his older songs at the end of one of his newer ones, and maybe that's where the idea came from at first.
Nice. And I had to look this up because I didn't really know the original, but the last song on the album is a cover. Tell me a little bit about that and how that ended up on the record.
The original was done by a band called Plateau.
Right.
Plateau, that people thought were the Beatles. They're from Canada, I think, and they were kind of a weird sci-fi band. And then the Carpenters were trying to prove their musical prowess on the way of kind of their pop career was starting to take a dive, so they wanted to show off what they could do, and they put out a weird album with lots of different things, and it had a sci-fi theme. They even put on a sci-fi variety show.
Yes, I read that.
That was the cornerstone, that song of that album, and it's kind of wonderful, so we covered it.
Nice.
But I would say we covered the Carpenters version.
I was going to ask that too, yeah.
And that is actually the second Carpenters song we covered. We did Close to You back in 93, you know, just bookending the band there. I said we're basically a Carpenters cover band.
Nice.
Basically.
That's great. What else was I going to say? Oh, yeah. That movie, that movie that's coming out soon, First Contact. Are you guys going to have a song in that movie or what? Or Contact Day, or what it was, that movie?
Disclosure Day?
Movie? Disclosure Day, right? Yeah. That seems like good timing, you know.
We didn't have a song in the movie Faster, so I don't think we're going to get Disclosure Day.
Yeah. Are there any like space or science themes that you're like getting deep into now that you're into researching? Is there anything new that like you like to explore that's exciting you these days?
No. I'm not very excited these days.
Kevin and his
science
wife
isn't cool anymore?
Kevin and his wife are like experts on all like sci-fi novels and stuff like that.
True.
He's lying a little bit.
Yeah. Well, is there any new or old sci-fi movies that you would want to recommend that you've been into lately?
Man, lately, I've always
This is
been
for
a big,
anybody.
I've always been a big fan of ARGs and things that you really have to dig into and you could find online, and people make a whole world of things. So I'm
Yeah.
really digging Kane Parsons' Backrooms. 16-year-old kid, like 20 now, that has this whole world, and he's doing it really well. So I've been enjoying that lately.
I haven't seen it yet. Did you see it? Was it good?
I did. Yeah, the movie was great, but he's got a whole bunch of videos online that he's been doing since a kid, and I like his vision.
Yeah, I gotta go see that real soon. I know that's like I've been wanting to see that since I saw the trailer. That's a good segue. I did want to talk about ARGs and games and stuff. One of the coolest things I remember when I first bought Optics and Sonics was that there was like puzzles on the DVD and stuff to find like secret footage. Was that all you? And how did that work for this?
Yeah, we always like to hide things. The person that put together the video for us, Justin McConnell, he helped us put together like hiding things that wasn't, once again, budgetary, whatever we can get away with or what people knew. So didn't we have like the little maze game on there with the spider that used the controller? I don't know. It was weird. He did some cool things on there.
I don't remember, but I don't know if there's more than this, but like I actually have this is probably 20 years old, this little scrap of paper with like numbers that I could type in to get the secret footage and stuff.
Wow.
I don't know how many there are, but there's 3 of them for you.
Wow.
Do you remember like how many secrets there are that you could type into that menu?
Probably not that many.
Yeah.
3 to 5 sounds about right. I don't think it was like 100 or anything crazy.
Have any favorite like ARGs of the past that other people have created? And just to throw it out there, my favorites are the Cloverfield universe and probably the 9 Inch Nails one.
With the hand coming down.
Yes.
Yeah. Both of those
really
actually
cool.
are great examples. The first one I remember, and I think it's the first popular one, was called The Beast. It was for the movie AI. And inside, when the trailer played, when it had the logo for AI, there were little notches on the side. And from there, that was a phone number, and it started the whole thing. And man, I loved that. I followed there's groups of people following all the things to solve. And yeah, that started my love of ARGs. But yeah, the Cloverfield one, all that was great. What was it? I remember that. It ended that his brother in the movie actually grew up feeling bad about what happened to the kid, the robot, and
for AI.
Yeah. And the reason why the world was all frozen over at the end of the movie, they explain in the ARG that they messed up with the algae in the ocean, and that's how the ice age happened so quick. That's pretty neat.
That's cool. Yeah, I didn't know it went that deep. I think I probably haven't seen that movie since it was in the theaters. Is it worth revisiting?
Sure. That was a good
movie. Yeah. I mean, it was technically like half the last Kubrick movie, right? Sort of. He did part of it.
I think it was mostly the last Kubrick movie. The story behind that's interesting. A lot of people give Steven Spielberg crap for the ending because they figured he tacked on the happy mother ending, but that was always in it. In fact, I think Kubrick wanted to go a little happier, and it was Spielberg who kept it darker.
Well, there you go. Is there any, I guess, back rooms? I got to explore that. Okay, cool. Does anyone else here like into that kind of thing or have any favorite kind of ARG experiences?
Super cool stuff. I just can't think of anything. Offhand. It's a cool facet or layer of creativity to a piece. I don't know.
Yeah. You used to do that kind of stuff on your website too, right? I don't remember it specifically, but
yeah, we had lots of hidden stuff on the website that you could find extra songs.
Is there any hidden secrets and things like that on the new record?
Yes.
All right. Any hints? Maybe?
No.
What are we looking for? Okay.
I'm not looking for anything. There's just lots of small stuff that on everything there's something small that might not ever be seen
Right.
discovered.
Or heard.
Or
Or heard. Yeah, I gotta put the headphones on for that one and really give it a listen. Who was that at the end of Total Disaster, like Cataclysma?
That's a singer that I work with. Her name's Chloe, and yeah, I wanted to like have her vocal on there, like like kind of like, because in my mind it was kind of a bad relationship song, so I wanted to have like female answer to what Kevin was saying, and she speaks really good French, and French always sounds nice to me, especially when a singer with a nice voice can say stuff like that. And I wanted to make an ending that kind of sounded like Fitter Happier, which is a song on OK Computer, where it was like just words, kind of like word soup, and so I just had her saying these words that meant something bad or terrible, and I just kind of liked the way she was doing it, and because I would have her do multiple takes, and she just kept saying it, and it's kind of like like still kind of a little bit like Fitter Happier, but like its own thing. And yeah, that's how that happened. I tacked on that ending and then like sent it to them like as a surprise. None of them like knew that there was going to be this ending to this song, and like that was one of those little like surprise production things to do.
I thought it was kind of creepy in a good way.
Yeah, it's fun. There's like the piano is like this like malleted muted piano that's like very horror and like creepy genre-esque, which kind of has a like really nice touch to it.
For sure, yeah. What's the most political Tubbering song?
There's a few on the new album.
Bustin' a Nut is the most political song.
Yeah, that's the correct answer.
That's a certain kind of politics, sure. State of the Art is top 3 for me. Yeah. It's growing on me a lot. Yeah. More chances something can grab you in the ocean is like the Fermi paradox. Creative vision is beyond our understanding. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but Calling Occupants is a terrific closer. Yeah. Carpenter's cover band also did some other stuff. That's how you're
going to be our
known.
legacy. Yeah. You're that Carpenter's cover band that did a few other things too.
The Ring World on the cover is Chicago. Is that a
That is true. That's not the thing I was speaking of.
Thing.
That is something that.
Nice. Cool. Well, let's see what else. Oh yeah. So let me rewind again. So I do a whole podcast about Guar, and I know you went on tour with the Girly Freak Show at one point. Is that true?
That is true.
What was that like, and how did that happen? Well, did she do the whole electric thing on stage and all that stuff?
Yes. We often get asked like, what are your craziest stories on the road? And I never know how to answer, but thinking back, going on tour with the Girly Freak Show would probably be most of our crazy stories came from that tour.
Yeah, can you tell us one?
No, I'm not going to tell any of them right now. Just it was a crazy time.
Yeah, and did you hang out with Danielle and like what was
Yeah, we all hung out. The Girly Freak Show and us, like similar in size of bands. They were touring in a camper. We had a van and trailer, so we were just all hanging out every night. It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Danielle was awesome. I don't know if you.
Yeah, I've talked to her on the phone a couple times. She's definitely an interesting woman.
Very sweet.
Oh yeah, I gotta ask this. I know this is going back to the early albums, but Invisible Records, does that automatically make you a member of Pigface?
We played a show with Pigface.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually saw Pigface before we were even a band back when I was 15 or 16 at the Metro.
Wow. Nice. Who was in the band at the time?
Genesis.
Nice.
Of course, Martin Atkins.
Yeah.
Trent Reznor wasn't there.
Right. Ogre.
Yeah. Who else? Yeah. When I was like 13, 14-year-old kid, I really liked the underground industrial scene in Chicago. So I was very familiar with Invisible Records, and it was really weird that we got signed by them since we were not an industrial band, but that was really cool to me at the time.
If I'm not mistaken, I think I may have bought Drake Equation at a Pigface show where they just had like the CDs, all the CDs there available.
That would make sense. Martin would bring stuff like that.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
originally it was released on Diesel, which was an offshoot of Invisible. And then I think they kept making more offshoots and eventually brought it all under the umbrella of Underground Inc.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah. Mine says Diesel, right?
Diesel,
Caroline.
Invisible, and Caroline, yeah.
Nice. So none of you joined Pigface at any point?
No.
No. Still talk to Martin Atkins at all, or?
Haven't talked to him in a long time, but we used to go over to his house all the time to pick up stuff.
Nice. He's got that museum now.
Yeah, I want to see it. I wonder if we're in it at all.
Yeah, I'm wondering that too. And I think there's like an Airbnb on top of it now that you just like stacked with all these cool records and stuff. That's what I heard. I don't know. It's been a while. Are you still panicking in digital? Because it seems like you were right about everything.
Yeah, I was right. Especially the haunted disease. And
I mean, yeah, that song is what, 20 years old, and it's kind of like more relevant today than it ever has been, right? More? Wow.
Yeah.
What about Kevin predicting Uber with Uberwagon in 1997?
Yes.
To me, that's the most mind-blowing one.
I'm sure your check is in the mail.
Yeah.
Maybe
that's not it. Maybe I didn't predict it. Maybe they knew that song. Like, what do we call our new company? Uberwag. Uber.
That's awesome. Yeah. Let's see here. We can start landing this plane. So Rob, you have the Studio Edison now. I was always wondering like how it got that name. And what are your favorite projects that you've done there?
In Chicago,
besides Tubbering.
Of course, besides Tubbering. Tubbering is kind of the most exciting thing, though, by the way. Like, the one thing that sucks about like making this last record is I kind of like neglect all my other shit to do it and like start getting really in the weeds, and then that like stresses me out. But I lived in Chicago on the border of Edison Park, in on the northwest side, and there was I just always thought that name sounded cool and kind of smart and electric. You know, like it's kind of, I don't know. I thought it sounded cool and looked cool, and just kind of rolled with it. You know, like got to come up with a studio name, and that's how I got that.
So it traveled with you through state lines.
What's that?
It's traveled with you through state lines.
Yeah. I mean, it's been in both Illinois and in California. The most fun stuff I do here, like it's hard for me to remember like what I did this morning. I'm kind of like always juggling a whole bunch of stuff, but like like I get to work on a lot of soundtracks these days for like some bigger movies and TV shows, and those are always fun. And then one of my long-term collabs is with that guy Labyrinth, who kind of like blew up like in the last few years, and that's always gets me work for having my name on some of his stuff.
Yeah, I always do this. Well, this is the full glitter gore thing that I do, but usually I just do these glitter tears, and everyone keeps telling me, "Oh, I love those Euphoria tears," and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, but thank you.
Did you do it before Euphoria season 2 or 1 or whatever they did that in?
I know I watched at least the first season when it came out, but this definitely had nothing to do with it. This is more about, I don't know, look, disco balls smashed in my face, and also sort of like this maybe robot sort of cybernetic, I don't know, I'm bleeding glitter. That's really the thing. So it's not, and I'm even though I'm crying, I'm shining. I guess that's my line.
I like
cool. this album came out really quick from the last one. Is there a story behind that? Or are you just like continually working on stuff now, or is the next one going to come out in October?
We're not King Gizzard and the Lizard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Write songs when they're ready for an album, you put them on an album.
Is there a lot of leftovers from this one? Because I know you often have a lot of songs that you
There's
demo
some.
for albums.
Yeah, there's some.
Cool. All right. This is, let's see. Any hopes for hearing the state of the art performed live in the future? Of course, we got to ask the live question. Yes, go pay them.
Yeah.
Right?
The answer to that is who knows? No plan.
Who knows? No plan. Tubbering has played with everyone, MCR before they were big, MSI, with Gerard Way and Lindsay, meet cute. I don't know what that means, but
that means I think they're asking if we were there when they met. We witnessed the meet cute, but we were not. Although we might have been played the show, one of them that they did meet. I don't know.
Yeah,
we played. Actually, this is a funny story about that. So we were on tour with MSI, and My Chemical Romance was going to be opening up a show. They were bigger than us at the time, but we were already on the tour, so they were kind of the opening band. And they played, and we were talking with them backstage, and I forget how it came on, but we just talked about doing cover songs. And we're like, what do you want to hear? We'll do whatever. And they said, why don't you do Hey Ya by Outkast? But we were already doing Hey Ya by Outkast on the tour. It was just totally weird that they said that. We're like, all right, yeah, we'll try it. We'll see what. And then we played it on there, and they thought we were really cool that they just mentioned that song, and we went up there and played it.
Amazing.
The odds that that was going to be their request.
Yeah. Well, Rob, I wanted to ask you this. I know you replaced her for a while for a tour in the band. What was that like playing with MSI, not just opening for them?
Yeah. It was amazing. It was like luxury getting to travel on a bus rather than a van. That was like, boy, wow.
Do you still talk to any of those guys?
Yeah. I talked to James, the singer. I talked to him at Christmas. And yeah, I mean, I talked to Steve. I went to dinner with Steve and Kitty the last time they played LA, which was a while ago, but not that long ago. And I've been to parties where Lindsay was at, but we kind of like stayed on opposite sides of the room just because circumstances.
Gotcha. That's cool. Let's go through my slideshow here. This is some pictures I had from that Sleepy Time show. My bad pictures. But this was your Thai era.
I think we all had mustaches there too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was that your image at the time, the mustaches?
Just that tour.
Yeah.
And then the last show of the tour, Sleepy Time, shaved our mustaches on stage.
Oh, wow, that's hilarious. Yeah. And then this was the last time I probably saw you, the Dub Trio show. And this place, this giant place. Oh, here, I even have the flyer here. How about that? I actually scanned it. I actually have the flyer here from that show. I don't remember this band, Aloki. Do you remember them?
Do not.
No. That place turned into the knitting factory for a while. That was pretty cool. They like transformed that whole place. And that's the one, that's my one picture from that show. I don't know why I didn't take any other pictures. But I assume that's your guitar pedals. Cool. And okay, I need to know more about the story. This is like the most famous picture of you, Rob. Like, I could have swore maybe this is a false memory that there was video of this. What the fuck happened, dude?
Yeah, it was in. I remember that night very well. It was in Denton, Texas, at the venue. I can't remember the venue's name, but there's like one really famous venue in Denton, Texas, and you know, like you've seen us live on stage. We're kind of like, you know, very animated, and I was swinging my hand around, I guess, and I hit like I actually hit my keyboard stand, which the stands usually have those like little rubber like nipples at the ends of
Yeah,
them, but
sure.
like mine had fallen off because we're playing 200 shows a year, and so it was just kind of like a metal tube, kind of like sharp at the end, and I hit it just and it just split my hand wide open.
Oof.
And that it was like in the second or third song, right? So we played like 40 more minutes as I was like bleeding pretty
Ugh.
profusely from it, and it turned it into a we ran into the bathroom afterwards. I was like, somebody take my picture, this will make a cool picture, and voila.
Which what tour was this on, or what era was this?
Probably Drake Equation, between Drake and
wow.
Fermi, probably.
Okay,
It was,
so this is
it
really
was,
pretty old. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like
I think that was
2000.
Zoo Hypothesis era.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe.
So. I could be wrong. I don't know.
But like what I think of when I see this picture still or now is like I didn't think of anything of it at the time, but like the poor person from the venue had to mop my fucking blood off for like 10 minutes after my set, and like I didn't have to do it. It's like, hey, deal with my fucking blood, like I'm in the bathroom taking pictures, but like some poor fucking guy like had to do that, and I just kind of feel like a dick.
Did you have to clean all the blood off of your keyboard?
No, I thought the blood was cool on the keyboard.
So you just kept it there?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it flaked off eventually, but the
Right.
next few shows, I had like a red stained keyboard. But yeah, that poor guy, man, I did him dirty.
Poor Rob picture haunts him forever. I know. Does this can you feel the pain of this picture when you see it, or what?
No, I think the picture is fun and it looks cool. And sometimes I put it as like my Uber or Lyft profile to like freak out the driver. But
Amazing. Goddamn health code violation right there. Yeah. I think this was my PFP on the TR forums for a while. Nice. Bloody picture is probably the first actual picture I ever saw of Rob. Yeah, I probably bet. Probably a lot of people. Amazing. Okay. I had to ask about that because it's just so crazy.
I still have
Let's
the
see.
scar on my hand. I don't know if you
No way.
Right. Yeah, it's like
Hold on,
I've
let
only
me
got
full
stitches
screen
like
you.
twice in my life. Does that? Can
Turn
you
it,
see?
pull it back a little bit. Oh, okay. Wow.
It's like you can kind of see it kind of buckle.
Yeah. Wait,
that's nuts.
I remember afterwards we went to the hospital. Did you get the stitches? Or
Yes, I got stitches that night, and I remember because we were broke as a fucking
I
broke,
remember
and I
you
remember
were.
it was like get stitches or pour super glue on it. Which one should I do? And I was like, something in the back of my head like, go get fucking stitches, don't pour super glue on it. And so we went there, and I was thinking like, well, I'll ask them, and if it's more than a couple $100, we'll leave, And they said, well, we don't know how much it'd cost, don't worry about it. You got to get stitches, stitch me up. And then I got the bill. And so what was this, 2003, you think, Kevin?
Yeah.
And I got the bill, and looking back, I was horrified. It was like $1,100, but like, that's pretty fucking cheap. Like in perspective, like I got a fucking pretty damn easy there. But at the time I was just like, fuck this. Healthcare system's totally broken. But people probably love to get stitches for $1,000 these days. Like,
I'm sure it's a lot more now.
That would probably cost like, 5 figures easily.
Yeah.
But if you had known going into it that it was going to cost $1,000 or $1,100, you would have said no, thank you, and put on a Band-Aid.
Yes.
Yeah. Amazing. Kevin got bit by a brown recluse on tour. Is that true?
Maybe.
Yikes.
Something happened.
It's your nose, right?
Everywhere. It was on my arm. I got a boil, and then one on my nose, and something got in my blood system, and I got like weird infections. And it happened to 2 of us in the van, so we thought it was a spider at first, and who knows? Looking back, I went to the doctor, and the doctor even said, "Ooh, bug bite," but I don't think he knew anything. And then never went away, or it never they never gave me anything that did anything. It just went away eventually. So who knows?
Incredible. What's your favorite band you ever went on tour with?
I would say MSI.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an easy answer. Those were
And Sean and Mike, are you guys playing in other bands? Like, what's going on with you guys?
Currently or
Yeah.
back then, or
Or both, you know.
Yeah, well, I left Tubbring back in the day to form my own thing, which I sang in called Hunab Ku, and that was sort of like a artsy like tech metal band, like an experimental tech metal band. Did that for a while, and yeah, that was fun. Real weird, real technical. I sang in it, which was different. And then yeah, you know, then the talks of the was it 25th anniversary started coming around, and then I you know, I'd filled in with these guys a few, you know, I think on a few tours. I know in Europe, but I feel like somewhere else. Anyways, yeah, and then I came back and recorded Catastrophes and just been involved ever since. But you know, we've known each other forever, so we've kept in touch, you know, more or less since we were kids. I mean, honestly, shit. Now we're all over 50. It's crazy. So it's like it's a big section of our lives. As like, you know, the last little thing we did on Billy Bob's, Kevin was describing, and I was just echoing those sentiments. And yeah, man, it's a huge thing. Part of life. But yeah, you know, I write weirdo stuff and collaborate with me and Sean. Have done a bunch of stuff. Rob and I, random things here and there, and now we're rolling with some Tubbring. It's going pretty, just doing one after the next. So that was really fun, and yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
What
here we
about
are.
you, Sean?
I write a bunch of music for various things. I'm doing a score for a film for Justin McConnell, actually, who did the Tubbring DVD and all that.
Oh, cool.
Doing a score for him in a couple weeks, and
He makes movies now. What's his deal?
yeah, he's done a bunch of movies, and I've done a handful of scores for him over the years, and he just is finally doing another one after COVID kind of slowed him down for a while.
Did he do that Habitat video?
He did.
Nice. Very cool. So I usually do this at the beginning. Maybe I can close off with this. I think I know the answer for some of you, but what was everybody's first ever band, and what was it called, and what did it sound like?
I'll answer. My first ever band was called Tubbring. We
I thought so.
Sounded like a jokey, fun, stupid funk band.
A lot of slap bass in the early days. A lot of slapping the bass.
And 32 years later, so here I am talking to you on this podcast.
Amazing.
My first band was
in junior high school. It was called Dexterra, kind of like dexterity, but like also like Pantera. And it was just like, you know, we were like in grade school we grade school or junior high, and like nobody wanted to play drums, bass, or sing. So just like all the kids that wanted to be in a band all played guitar. So it was just like a bunch of kids that played guitar. It was like 4 guitarists.
Was this that thing you did Metallica covers?
Yeah, we just did Metallica covers because that's like what we all loved. So it was just like 4 guitarists playing Metallica, and we recorded on a, you know, like cassette, you know, like just a cassette player that also had a record button, and you could put blank cassettes in there. And I remember we charged either $2 for the cassette, or if you gave us a blank one, we would dub it for you for free. And that's what we did at our school.
Did you guys do any of those cool octave guitar solos?
Yeah, I mean, I was one of the I was like I wasn't the worst guitarist, but I was like in the middle. The best kid, Sean, he was like, yeah, he could do all that stuff. He would do it like verbatim the way it was on their albums. It sounded awesome.
And there was no drums.
No, it was just like there was no vocals, there was no bass. It was just like 4 kids playing guitar, because nobody wanted to do anything except play guitar, right? Like I didn't meet a drummer till like 10 years later in my life. Like that didn't even like exist at my school.
Yeah.
Idiots.
That's why
What
you
about
double
you?
up on drummers now.
Yeah, I
now,
know,
now we're
right?
swimming in drummers.
Yeah, it's not a bad problem. So that's one of those good problems to have.
I want to hear about Mike and Sean's first band.
Yeah, Mike and Sean, what's up?
My first, I guess, band was high school. It was just like metal covers, you know. Yeah,
Did you have
Slayer.
a drummer?
I was a drummer. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually still, God, this is so embarrassing to watch, but it's also hilarious. I have the very first performance I've ever played, and it was like the talent show, and I had a mullet because, mind you, it was like 89 or 90 or whatever it was, and I also had no shirt on, and I was like, oh, it's like it's so ridiculous. But that's what you're exploring at that age, and it was fun. But yeah,
What was it called?
we didn't really have a name because we didn't do originals. I don't know.
What was your first band that you did originals called?
Torture Garden. And that's how I met Tubbering, and that was sort of like a grunge-ish era kind of stuff. And yeah, I was a drummer in that, and that was fun. And that's how I knew.
Influenced by Naked City at all, or?
That's awesome. That came later, very quickly after that. But
So
no.
they ripped you off.
Yes.
All right, we'll go
No.
with that. That's canon now. John Zorn, what's up? Sean.
My first band, like Mike, was just high school, and my friends, we'd play metal covers, Pantera and Slayer and Megadeth and all that stuff.
What was it called?
It was called Fermented. We played a lot of keg parties.
Awesome. Amazing.
Getting free beer band.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool.
Well, this has been really cool, guys. I think I asked you just about every question I've been wanting to ask Tubbering for the past 30 years, or 22 years at least since I first saw you. I guess now 23 years. Wow. Is time an illusion?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would go with probably.
Kevin, you have any? I know you're like the science guy. Any perspective on that?
Is time an illusion?
Yeah.
Depends on. I mean, it doesn't. We don't all follow the same timeline. It changes depending on where you are in the universe and the gravity and all that. So, I guess depending on your definition of illusion, yes.
Awesome. Well, I think we did it. I think we solved science.
Woo!
Yes. Amazing. Well, everybody, where can they get the new album? Where should they
grab it out of your hand right now?
Oh shit. There's my copy.
They can go to tubberingband.com.
I should have all the links below. You guys need to go buy music. Go touch it. I mean, yes, you can stream it, but isn't it so much cooler to hold it in your hand? You can get out the microscope and try to read these lyrics too.
Yeah. My eyes are getting old. I can't see that shit.
Yo, I definitely was like trying to spell your guys' names and look you up on Instagram, and I was like, oh my god. And is there a vinyl? I forget.
There's not a vinyl.
There's no vinyl. No. Just a CD, you guys. Cassettes are coming back.
Are they? I thought they already had their game left again.
Oh, really? Maybe
I'm kind of happy about CDs coming back. They're
like
easy
CDs.
to print. They're easy to listen to. I don't know. I more support CDs coming back than even vinyl. Although I get vinyl. It's cool to have vinyl.
I think more bands should do something like this. I mean, this is very creative. I don't know where you got someone to make something like this for you, but it's super cool. You made it yourself?
You made it. Yeah.
Wow.
I found a place that sold those boxes. They're called bit boxes. Then I found a place that did cardstock, and I used an old template from a video game thing and put it on. And a USB place, they printed the USBs for me.
I mean,
and
how cool is this?
Stickers to put on that. And there you go.
Pretty cool.
Is this still available for people to get, or is this sold out?
That is sold out.
Oh man, you guys missed out on a really nice box here. I'm quite happy that I picked that one up. There's a lot of little secret things in there too. I'll just say that much.
Amazing. Thank you guys.
Awesome.
I hope
Thank
there's
you.
more tubbering coming at some point in the future. And you guys go find me online. This is your first time watching this. This is episode 94. I talk to interesting people all the time. A lot of people you may not have heard of, but I guarantee you they all have fascinating stories, just as Tubbering did here tonight. And I thank all the audience for being here. And of course, if you are watching this on the replay, like and share and subscribe and help me fight the fucking algorithm. And I don't know, maybe I can close this off with another song from my college show. And we'll say good night to everybody.
Awesome.
So
Thank you.
I will see
Thank
you
you.
all
Good
another
night.
time. And I'll close out with a video. Let's see. How about this one? Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
We placed our compound among a reservation where my children could own all they see. And now the sun sets upon a vacant skyline where my family will grow old with me. Where my family will grow old with Thanks. Got a few more. You guys doing okay?
Hello, I'm gonna pop on for one more second because I had one more show and tell I forgot. Look at this old Tubbering shirt. My old Tubbering shirt. I am the robot. It's probably definitely over 20 years old. And it's very cool, and I wear it with fishnets now. All right, everybody, go check out my band Pop Perversion. Go check out the show VonPod Official. Check out the documentary DukeyDoc.com. And I'll see you next time.
cry.